All right, people, here's the deal. If you've taken one of my classes and you kind of know Photoshop, please still follow along today as we are going to get this thing set up for this first little mini project, all right? Now, the afternoon class is a little bit ahead of you, so they've started this on Friday. So if you could, please pay attention. There's a lot of you. There's only one of me. If I have to talk over little conversations that are going on, it gets kind of frustrating, all right? So a couple things today. We're going to set up this document, and I'm going to talk about a couple things. You can decide how you want to set yours up, okay? We're going to go over some rulers and some grid things because sometimes you want to be able to arrange things perfectly when you're working on certain things with images. And then we're going to use the shape tool to create some basic shapes and start looking at the layers panel and getting this thing set up. Then in the days to come, we'll start incorporating your images and learning some other things in Photoshop. All right. So if you could open up Photoshop and then just go create new or file new. So you get a window like this. Okay. Now, here is the deal, people. And I don't mean to insult anybody's intelligence, but this happens every single semester, every single year. People, this piece of paper I'm holding right now, this is vertical, up and down. This is horizontal. Hot dog, hamburger, remember that? Okay? Vertical, horizontal, all right? So, you may just set yours up however you want, or follow along with me. When we get done and you see what we're doing, you may change it. But here is the deal. First of all, make sure right here it is on pixels. Last week on Friday, I'm talking to 8th period, doing this exact thing. About 4 people, after I got done talking and let them start working, I was walking around and they were like, Mr. C, mine doesn't look like yours. Well, they had it on like centimeters. One had it on inches. I want you to have it on pixels for right now, okay? So here's the deal. If you want it horizontal, like this, you're going to put the width at 3,000 and the height at 2,000, 300 resolution. If you want yours vertical, you're just going to switch it. Your width would be 2,000, your height would be 3,000, okay? I'm having mine horizontal, so I want 3,000 and 2,000, and I'm going to hit create. And I should get this, okay? If you want vertical, again, your width is going to be 2,000, your height is going to be 3,000, okay? All right. Now, you don't have to necessarily do this right now. Let me get mine set back up to how your guys' look. Okay. So hopefully your whole panel looks like mine, okay? If you want to, check this out, because you're going to use this a little bit today. My layers panel is down here, okay? If I actually click and hold down the mouse on the word layers, and I drag out, I can drag this layers panel out, okay? You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. That way, I can do this. I can make the panel bigger so that you guys can see it as I'm teaching, okay? You don't have to do that right now. If you don't see it for some reason at all right now, remember, if you go up to Window, go to Workspace, and go to Reset Essentials, Window, Workspace, Reset Essentials, and hit that, you will reset everything, okay? Have I lost anybody, or are we good? Okay, all right, look here. Everybody look. You guys, I'm clicking my little control button so you can see my little strobing circle here. Do you guys see a ruler like mine on yours? No? Okay. Do you see one over here on the left? No? Okay, here's what I would like you to do. Go up to View, go to Rulers, and make sure it's checked. View Rulers. Go up to the word View in the menu bar, and then go down to Rulers and click that. Now do you see them? Yes or no? Okay. So here's the deal. You don't have to use these, but you may want to. I'm going to show you today a couple ways on how to use these. All right, this is to set up a grid or set up some imaginary lines that won't print, but you'll have them to where if you're trying to line stuff up perfectly, it gives you a nice little guideline for this. All right. Now, what does your ruler say? Is it like mine? Does it say like 800, 1,000, 2,000? Yes, no? Okay, watch this. Make sure you have the move tool, the very first tool. I'm going to put my arrow right on the number 1,800 right here. Make sure your cursor is actually in the ruler, okay? Right click for me. Right click for me. So you get this little menu like this? Yes, yes. All right. Let's go ahead and just select inches and click. Your ruler should have turned to inches. Okay. Right click again. Make sure you're in the ruler. Right click. Let's turn it back to pixels. Okay. So there's how you can change your, if you want it to inches, you can turn it to inches, centimeters, whatever. Okay. All right. Check this out. Does everybody have their move tool? Yes? Okay, watch this. Go ahead and put your cursor right in the ruler here. Click and hold the mouse button down and drag down. You should get a little line. Now, I can use the ruler on the left to line up a horizontal grid line if I want. So maybe I go to 600 and let go. Go ahead and do that and let go. You get a blue line? Yes? All right, let's go over here to the left ruler. This would be our vertical guidelines. I'm going to go inside of here. I'm going to click, hold the mouse down, and look, I'm going to drag over, and maybe I line one up to the top ruler at 1,200 and let go. Now, we're not going to use these for anything specific. I just given you some numbers to line up. Okay? Those will not print. They're just imaginary guidelines to get stuff set up correctly for you. Okay? Watch this. If you don't like one of them, check this out. Right now, my move tool looks like a little black arrow. If I put my cursor right on the blue line, look, you're going to get two little arrows, one going left, one going right. Okay? If I don't want this, I just click on it, drag it back to the ruler, to the measuring ruler on the left, and it goes bye-bye. If I take this one up to the top, it goes bye-bye. Okay? So there's one way to use these. Here's another way. Go up to the word view. Go up to the word view. All right? Go to new guide. And you get this little window. Okay? If you want to be perfect without having to drag them, this way I can actually type in where I want them. So look, make sure vertical's selected. Okay? And I'm going to type in, now if yours is a vertical, look, mine's a horizontal document. Okay? So I'm going to obviously be able to put more vertical guidelines. If yours is doing vertical, you're only going to be able to put a few. But watch this. If I go type in this position, if I go 500 and hit enter, it's going to put one right at 500. Okay? View new guide. I'm going to go 1,000. View new guide. Now, if yours is a vertical document, you're only going to be able to put like 3 or 4 lines in. So I'm going every 500. So I'm going to go 1,500. I'm just going to keep repeating this. View new guide. 2,000. And then 2,500. Okay. Now I'm going to go view new guide and select horizontal ones. And I'm going to go every 500 until I can't anymore. I'm going to go 500. View new guide. 1,000. And view new guide 1,500. You should have something like this when you're done. So you go every 500 increments, and you should, whether you have vertical or horizontal document, you should have dissected it now. Look, it says perfect squares. Okay. All right. Anybody lost? Don't be afraid to be like, see, I need help. Okay. Here's another thing. So I told you, if you want to get rid of a ruler, don't do this. Just look up here at mine. If you want to get rid of a ruler, you can put your little cursor right on the blue line, and you can drag it off. Okay. If you want to keep your rulers but don't want to see them all the time, go up to the word view again. Go up to the word view. Go down to where it says extras and click it. Your ruler should have went away, yes? So if you're working and those blue lines are kind of messing with your eyes, or it just looks way too busy, but you still want to use them to line stuff up, you can just go view extras and they shut off. If you go back up to view and click on extras, they should turn back on. Okay. All right. For the sake of not confusing you, let's turn the rulers temporarily off. So look, I'm going to go view and just hit extras so they go bye-bye. Okay. Now, here we go. We are going to start creating a little something today, and I'm not insulting anybody's intelligence. We're just going to start very simple and then incorporate our images with some other little things that I will show you how to use with images. Today, here's all we're going to look at. Right down here, there should be, yours is probably a rectangle. You guys see it, yes, no? Okay, it's the basic shape tool. Click and hold it down. And then you can like let go of the mouse. You should get this little menu right here. You should get a series of shapes, okay? I'm going to just show you a few. The one we're not going to use for this little mini project is the custom shape tool. It is basically just little generic clip art. You can choose like a music note. You can choose a palm tree. They're very, very cheesy, okay? We're just going to use the basic shapes, and I have a little sample made here that you're going to see very soon. I'm going to show you a few in case you want to, just to show you where some settings are in case you want to use a certain tool. For the sake of right now, first of all, go ahead and choose the rectangle tool, just for the sake of learning here. All right, up top here, look. You have an options bar for the shape tool. First of all, what does it say right here? Did you say shape? Okay, good. Make sure it says shape. To the right of it, look, it says fill. That is the fill color that your shape will have. Mine right now is gray. Okay. To the right of that, it says stroke. I don't know what yours is, but mine's white with a red line going through it. That means there will be no outline around your shape. If I click that and I do like purple, now look, my fill will be gray. I'll have an outline of purple around it. Okay. Here's what I'm doing for the sake of this. Now, I'll show you right now, but what you're going to do today, I would just use one shade of gray. I mean, you can actually use whatever color you want, but I wouldn't use all different colors. It's just going to mess your eyes up and you're going to be a little bit more confused. All right, so I just have gray. Here's what I want you to do. Go down in here, click, drag, let go. You get a shape, hopefully. Just click, drag in your work, and let go. Everybody get a shape? Yes, yes? Okay, look over in your layers panel. It should have given you a layer that says rectangle 1, yes or no? Okay, every time you make a shape, it's going to automatically give you its own layer, okay? Here's what I want you to do. Keep the square tool selected. In your work, just click and make another square or rectangle. Now, Mr. C, I don't want both of them to be gray. Here's how the shape tool works. Whatever color you're using for the first one, it's going to automatically apply it to the second one, okay? To change its color, First of all, I know I'm selected on rectangle 2 now because it's got the blue little lines around it. Couple things you can do. Watch. If you double click in the little thumbnail on the layers panel, so look, my little cursor's right on the little thumbnail where it says rectangle 2. If I double click, you'll get a little color picker. If you go in here and start choosing different colors, your square should change. Okay? The other thing is this. Yeah, if you double click on it, and you can change the color of it. Okay? Hey, make sure you have your move tool. I'm on my second rectangle. Check it out. Look, I can move it around because I'm selected on that layer. Okay? Here's what I would like you to do. Put your cursor right inside of that shape. Okay? Hold down the Alt key. Does your cursor turn into a black and white arrow? Yes or no? If it doesn't, you may have to move your mouse around a little bit, click on the shape, and then hold it down. Check it out. Mine, there it goes. You see a little black and white arrow? Yes, yes? Whose does not? Okay. Down Alt. There it is. Okay. If you hold down Alt, move your mouse just a little bit, you should see it. Yes or no? Okay, watch this. Ready? If I got Alt held down, I'm going to click, drag the mouse, let the mouse button go first, then let Alt go, and you should have made a copy of your shape. Okay? So that way, depending on what we're creating, you don't have to try to recreate the shape and have it get exactly perfect. You can just copy it. Look what happens to the layers panel. It now says that you have a copy of one. They're all separate layers. That's a good thing. Okay? All right, go back over here on the shape tool. Now, we're not going to go through all of them. A rounded rectangle is going to be a rectangle that has rounded edges. Okay? I'll make one for you real quick. There we go. Beautiful. Okay? Obviously, ellipse is going to make a circle. If you want, you can go ahead and drag these right now. Okay? Boom. There's my circle. All right? Everything is on its own separate layer here. Okay? If I get the move tool, I'm on the circle shape, so obviously I can arrange it. I can put it wherever I need to. All right? I'm just going to move all these up here so they're out of the way. What's going on over there? Middle schoolers. Jeez, oh, Pete. Okay, here's the deal. In case you want to use this for what we're about to do, go ahead back to the shape tool. Okay? Get the one that says the polygon tool. Now, check it out real quick. Up here on the options bar, way over here, you should have a little window that says sides, yes? Obviously, if you put in 5, you're going to have a 5-sided shape. Okay, if you put in 6, so on and so forth. But here's the deal. Check this out right here. You see this little gear next to where it says sides? Yes, no? Click that. Couple things. Where it's these two little windows right here, smooth corners. Do I want it to have very smooth corners or do I want it to have very hard edge corners? So if I uncheck smooth, it's going to be hard edge corners. Look here. Where it says star. If I click star, and then it says how many sides. Oh, where is that? There we go. Star. Now, up here at sides, I got 8. If I click, it's going to make me an 8-pointed star. Okay. If I don't want to make a star, I click this little grid or this little gear, undo star, and now it's going to give me an 8-sided shape. All right. If you want to use the polygon shape for this. All right. So here's your objective today. I'm going to show you mine, give you some tips, tricks, kind of guide you in the right way and let you start here. Okay. Check this out. Boom. Hold, please. Where the heck did that little circle come from? Hold on, I gotta find that. Hold on. I don't know, like that little circle. Where the heck did that come from? I can't find the layer. All right. Disregard this little guy. Hold, please. There, he's gone. Okay. Look here. One, everybody look. You need to come up with some geometric design that uses 8 shapes. How many pictures did I have you get? 8, okay? We're hopefully going to see where this is going, but let's just all play nice and let me walk you through this. Now, here's the deal. 1, use the space wisely. Okay, you shouldn't have 8 little shapes kind of floating up here at the top and you have all this blank area, all right? I actually used the grid that I set up. Look, there's my blue lines. It helped me arrange my squares. I even put one down here so I know that my squares are all about even, okay? I left a little bit of space around it so it looks nice and centered. So 1, make sure you use the space correctly, okay? 2, if you want, you can use all the same shape. I started with a square, okay? Made some copies, made a couple bigger, all right? I would not use a whole bunch of different shapes. Your design's not going to look as nice, okay? I would probably go, if you're going to try to use a couple different shapes, I would limit it to 2, okay? Maybe like squares and triangles. If you use the polygon tool and you type in 3 sides, you'll get a triangle, okay? I wouldn't do like 4 rectangles, 1 star, 2 circles, and a triangle. I don't know what your design's going to look like, okay? Now, a couple other things I got ahead of myself. Look here. Watch this, people. Oh. Here's the deal. I got ahead of myself. Look, rectangle. I make one, right? Boom, there it is. Remember, we did this with your images. Edit. Transform. You have all this stuff you can use on your shapes. Edit, transform. Maybe I go rotate. This is what I did for my design, and now I can spin this. Okay? Hence how I got these, how I want them. The other thing is this. If you notice, and I haven't got it perfect yet, but I'm trying to get the same amount of white space in between them so it looks nice. All right? Once you have your shapes, I can use the move tool in the mouse, but I can also do this with my arrow keys. Check it out. I can just nudge it a little bit up and down, left, right. Okay? So I can get it perfect how I want it. So today, here's what I would do. 1, set up your document how you want. If you already have it set up, what you can do is delete all the layers we just made and you can start fresh. So look, all these layers you just made, at the bottom of the layers panel is a little trash can. You can just click and drag each layer to that trash can and let go. Watch. Boom. Down here. Okay. And then you can start from scratch with your design. What I told Friday's class in 8th period is this. It's not that it's very hard. Maybe you come up with a couple different designs. So make one, save it. Maybe you open up a new document and make a different one. Okay? And here's the deal. You don't necessarily have to use gray, but look, I would just keep all your shapes the same color. 1, it looks a lot more professional. Instead of having green, pink, red, yellow, all right? It just looks like a nice template that we're going to then use, learn some other stuff on the layers panel, and then start applying our images. If you get something you like, make sure you save it, okay? You do not have to use the rulers or the grid. Maybe you don't use the one I used. I just wanted to show you how to set one up, all right? And again, make sure you use the space nicely. Questions, concerns, complaints? We good? Let's do this. Have a little fun with it. See what you can come up with. I gotta turn these back on because I'm about to fall asleep. Yo. Go on one, down here, buddy. All right. And also, don't use the one I have created right here. You all are creative people. It's just during middle school you became jaded and you hated everything in the world. You do not have to use the same shape. I just like the simplicity of mine. But if you want to use a couple different shapes, that's fine. I just wouldn't use too many. Because it's not going to look as, I don't think it's going to look as cool as a piece if you use too many shapes. I just kind of like this idea I went with.